Hey, what's going on? It's JMChess here, and today we are going to be going over how you can play at 90% accuracy or better in your games using the Vienna Gambit. We're going to go over a couple games. Look at this one you see right over here. We played at 90%. We're going to look at this one where I played at 96.8%. And we're going to look at this one that's a 97.8%. And I did all these games using the Vienna Gambit. So we're going to go ahead and go over what the Vienna Gambit is first. I have a couple videos going over how to play it based on if they accept the Gambit or if they decline the Gambit with the knight. I'll show you the beginning of those. I'm not going to go too into depth with the thing because that's not what this video is about. It's to show you that the Vienna Gambit actually works. And we'll actually go back to these games first and I'll show you about the rating range that these actually happen in. So it's actually viable for low elo to anything like that. So you guys see in this game, my opponent is 1142 and I'm 1174. In this one right here where I played the 96%, opponent is 1123 and I'm 1159. And even below 1,000, this opponent is 900 and I'm 955 in this. So it works in these elo ranges pretty often. A lot of people say, oh, that'll never happen. Anybody that's that rating, they know not to do this, that, and the other. I call BS because it happens quite often. So we're going to go ahead and show you what the Vienna Gambit looks like real quick if you are not familiar with it. It starts off e4, the opponent will go e5, and then you go knight c3. That is what is called the Vienna, and that is actually my absolute favorite opening to do. I play the Vienna any chance I get. Whenever I'm white, I go e4. If they go e5, I play the Vienna. So the Vienna Gambit is after they bring this knight out, knight to f6, you're going to get this position right here. The Gambit is to push the f pawn to f4 because this is the Gambit. They have a chance to either accept the Gambit, decline the Gambit this way, decline it this way, decline it this way, and I've even seen this. I actually see this more often than them declining it with a pawn or anything like that. So the most common thing that I see, and I win almost every single game that this happens in, is they will take that pawn, which is the Vienna Gambit accepted. You're going to push that pawn. This knight's got nowhere to go, so it'll have to go back. And then you're going to bring this knight out. That check is the reason you bring the knight out, because that check is devastating. So most of the time, they push this pawn. You can protect. So a couple things they like to do. They like to bring the queen out, or they like to take. Bring the queen out because it pins the pawn, but you could just unpin, and then maybe they take. You can bring the knight in, attacking that. All the fun stuff. Uh, they can either do that, or they can like try to come here, but then you can like come here anyways, and if they go back, then you take with check, and just a bunch of nasty tactics come out of it. And next we are going to go over what happens when they decline it. It's kind of a lot of the same. It's e4, e5, knight c3, knight f6, and then f4. So instead of taking, the second most common thing I see is they bring the knight out right here. If they bring the knight out, then you are going to take. Instead of them taking you, you are going to take them. They might take back, but then you kind of just get a big center. You start attacking his knights. Again, this knight is going to have nowhere to go, so it'll most likely go back. And then you bring the knight out, and it's kind of a lot of the same. So, but in this situation, if they pin this pawn, you just do the same thing. It's really just all a lot of the same. You could even like maybe push, try to get there. I mean, it says that's a blunder actually, so ignore that. But yeah, so that is the Vienna Gambit. Those are the two main things that I see the most often, and you will most likely see at this rating as well. I have a couple videos going over a little more in depth if you would like to check it out, like what happens if they go there, which that's obvious. That's pretty easy one. I also have uh little tutorials on like what happens if they go, like just a bunch of different stuff. So go check those videos out and then come back to this one. But I want to show you guys the games and just how fast you can actually beat people with this gambit. We'll go ahead and start at the one where I played at the 97.8% accuracy. As you guys see over here, these are short games, but with this gambit at low elo like this, you can win games super, super quick and gain elo super fast. So we'll just go ahead and go over this one. As you see, the e4, e5, knight to c3, knight f6, and I play the gambit. He doesn't accept this one. He plays the declined version, which is okay because you get that position, the position I showed you. And typically you see the line, they're supposed to go back. If this knight moves literally anywhere other than goes back, it's just a free knight. That's what happens. He comes out with check trying to win the knight back, but it doesn't work because you could just go there. I mean, I went here in this game, but computer wants you to go there. And yeah, I mean, there's not a lot. I mean, they take the pawn there, but I mean, you just attack the queen, and the queen really can't go anywhere to keep defending that knight. So, I mean, you see what happened here. They wanted to keep defending the knight, and it just doesn't work because if you move here, the knight would take. If you moved here, the pawn would take, and where they moved, the knight will take. So I take, he takes, boom, boom. And that's a super quick win in the 900 elo rating. Like you guys saw, 97.8%. It's really easy to get a super high rating when, or percentage, when your opponent is not making the great moves, but it happens quite often. So we're going to go ahead and check out this one real quick. This one I played at a 96.8, and it's pretty similar to the other game. Get to this position, he declines again, I take, boom, 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 all the fun stuff. Now you see, instead of going back that way, he went this way with the knight instead. And then you just bring the knight out, stop the check, he goes there. It wanted me to bring the bishop here. I think it wants him to take first before you pin, but I did this part anyways first. Bishop comes out, that's a mistake. I wanted you to block the pin. I take with check. He blocks with the bishop, so I just win a free bishop. He takes. I just protect, just play solid chess at this point. I come here, opening up a scope, everything like that, all that fun stuff. Trying to go there. He thinks he protects, but in reality, I just hit him with, it's a fork. They look like they're defended, but if he blocks the queen, then I take that, he takes back, and I take there and win a knight. And yeah, so all that other good stuff. This game was 16 moves, and I was winning the absolute entire time. You guys see by the eval bar. And then we're going to go over one more game. I played at a 90.5%, so I actually had one mistake in this one, and it's a short game as well, but I played like a 1900. You guys see right here. Opening 90.5%. So we'll start the review. Boom, 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 boom. All three of these games, I should have picked one where they accept the gambit, just so you guys could see that it actually works. I guess I just forgot to do that, but same thing, all the same stuff. He actually goes for the pin first. I unpin, and yeah, so this was the mistake. I was supposed to go here. Luckily, he didn't find that check, but go in, attacking the queen. He goes forward instead of going for that check, and you guys know what's coming next. Boom, and he resigns. So, if you guys are struggling to gain elo, especially at the lower 800 to 1000 rating range, I highly suggest learning the Vienna Gambit. It is my favorite opening. I play it more than anything really. It always does me good. There's very few instances where I'm playing too fast and I just completely screw it up, and that's all on me. But at the low elo ratings, you can really tear your opponents up if they're not careful, don't know what they're doing. You're really not supposed to accept the gambit or decline it with a knight. You're supposed to push a pawn here. So let's go back to the chess analysis. What you're supposed to do is it goes here, here, knight, knight, gambit, and really you're supposed to push this pawn. That is the main line. As you can see right over here, it says main line because next it says best move for white is f takes e5, which would be that. And then they go here. You can't take that, but you could go there. Wait, so boom, boom. And then, yeah, just all that super fun stuff. You guys see, this is actually winning for black, so you got to be careful with that. But 99 out of 100 times, I swear to you, I rarely see the opponent play the main line. I rarely ever see this. At my elo rating, it's about, let's say, out of 10 games that I play, I would say 7 of them accept the gambit. 2 of them decline the gambit with the knight or with a pawn like this. I I mean, it's like 0.1% of the time that I see them play like the actual main line. Most of the time, they either go here, 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 or here. That's what I see most of the time. I rarely ever see the main line because at low elo, if you haven't studied the opening, especially at low elo, who really thinks to do that? Like that just looks odd. It's like a gambit, but then you're also gambit, and it just doesn't make sense at the low elo rating. So if you're looking to get some nice tricks up your sleeve, let's go with this. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're new to the channel, go ahead, like, and subscribe. I'm going to be bringing out more tips and tricks and everything like that. So, I will see you guys later, and peace out.